Hello, movie lovers. We are Cinema Squad coming at you with our first podcast. You can go check out our website, cinemasquad.wordpress.com. You can also like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram. Both Instagram and Twitter is at cinema_squad, and then Facebook, Cinema Squad, of course. I'm your host, Dylan Boyd.
Darren, Dr. Fraser Crane in the house. How you guys doing?
Well,
Miller.
Rubba.
Preston?
Yesterday we got confirmation. Well, we didn't get confirmation, but Humberto Gonzalez over at The Wrap reported that Man of Steel 2 is officially in active development over at Warner Brothers, and it is a top priority. It's speculated to be in the slot of the 2019 movie that is untitled for DC, or the 2018 one. Supposedly, those are the Batman and Superman solo movies. One of them could come out before the other. I don't know, but it's probably the 2019 one, considering that it hasn't even gone into any kind of... It's just now going into development. But I want to know what you guys' wishes for Man of Steel 2 are. Who do you want to see as the villain? Who do you want to see cast? Who do you want to see direct? Let me know.
Well, first of all, is anybody surprised at all? Like, was anybody expecting when Warner Brothers announced they had two not yet announced slots for DC movies, was anybody expecting them to be anything other than a Batman movie and a Superman movie?
Not really.
No, not really. I was just the order. Yeah, the order. Because hopefully the October one is a Batman film, because Batman and Halloween, that just sounds fun. And then the next one is Superman at work.
Now, as for a villain, I think everybody here can probably agree there's only one choice for a villain in the next Superman movie, and
Mr.
that's
Mixo-Fix.
What? First of all, it's pronounced Mixo-Pitalik. Get it right. Okay? Second of all, no. Brainiac. Brainiac is the obvious choice for a villain in the next Superman movie.
I completely agree.
Yeah, I agree. Brainiac. Even though I wanted him to be the villain of the first Justice League movie, Brainiac would be good. Who does everyone want to see? I know Will and me want to see Brainiac. Who does everyone else want to see?
Oh, yeah, I would love to see. I would love them. One of my favorite Superman stories is Superman Brainiac, and I would like to see them. Maybe Supergirl could come into the mainstream universe, and they could have that rapport, and then they could also bring Brainiac into it. Or if they could, hopefully, if they could also repair Lex Luthor in this film, and maybe we can get a good Lex Luthor-Superman rivalry, that would be nice as well. So either one of those villains would be fun for me.
A better Lex Luthor?
Damn, okay.
Well, unfortunately, the Lex Luthor we got is the Lex Luthor we got.
Well, DC Warner Brothers has been changing a lot of stuff, so they could tweak Eisenberg to make him more like what people want.
Yeah, which Eisenberg didn't do terrible in parts. There are just other parts where he got too quirky. There are some parts where he's absolutely a very good Lex Luthor, albeit a younger, Lex Luthor. But then he just goes off the rails in other parts, and it's like, what are you doing?
Wait, so who do you guys want to direct the movie? I mean, I know George Miller's a popular opinion. Since he was
I would like to see Brad Bird or J.J. Abrams. Because J.J. Abrams wrote a script called Superman Flyby. He tried to direct
terrible.
it. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
I hated it. God, I hated it.
But he tried to direct it, but since he was still up and coming, he was still on the TV side, they wouldn't allow him. And Brett Ratner was supposed to direct it, and thank God that never happened.
Was it McGee attached to it as well?
Yeah, and McGee got attached to it as well, but then they scrapped it for Superman Returns. But then, and Brad Bird as well. I would like to see Brad, because Brad Bird and J.J. Abrams, they just can bring that optimism, but they can still have stakes in their films, and they can still bring that fun touch that I would like to see in a Superman movie. So either Brad Bird or J.J. Abrams would be fine, and they can, and visually, they can, they can do this character right. So
I like J.J. Abrams. Actually, I love J.J. Abrams. I mean, I love The Force Awakens and most of what he's produced and stuff like that. But just from Superman Flyby, I just hated that. That's the treatment for that movie. I just the whole, I mean, like with Krypton not exploding, and then him going back to his planet, him going back to Krypton at the end of the movie.
That is the only thing I did not like. That's the only thing I can say I did not like. But I like the fact that Krypton wasn't destroyed. It's just it's what he did in that story. It was a nice twist on things, and I enjoyed that.
Let's see who else could write it. George Miller would be my first choice, even though I didn't really like the script all that much for Justice League Mortal, but still, George Miller would be my first choice because Mad Max Fury Road is awesome.
I would say George Miller.
Of course.
Preston.
His name's Miller. Okay, Rafa, who would you like to see to write Batman? Man Steel 2.
I think George Miller would be good.
Everyone loves George Miller.
I do agree, though.
Yeah.
I didn't like Tomorrowland, but I think Brad Bird would be a cool choice.
Did Brad Bird direct Tomorrowland?
Yeah, and Mission Impossible 4.
Yeah, I don't really want Brad Bird, though.
Actually, Christopher McQuarrie would be a good choice, too.
Yeah.
Preston, if you could choose one person to direct a Superman movie, who would it be?
Superman.
What did you just say?
If Batman is directing a Batman movie, then Superman should direct a Superman movie.
Oh, Henry Cavill's
Henry Cavill directing a Superman? Oh my god.
Let it happen.
Preston.
You know what? That would actually be really funny if that actually happened.
They just have all the actors direct their own movies.
Yeah, that'd be great. Like, Gal Gadot is going to direct Wonder Woman 2.
Yeah.
Ezra Miller is going to direct The Flash.
That would actually be really cool. But, I mean, like...
Risky.
If they had the talents, yeah, sure, why not?
Oh, yeah, well, Preston, Superman director.
I just said Superman.
Stop. Give me a good... Do you even know any directors?
Are we talking about who we want to see as director of Man of Steel 2?
Yes.
Yes.
I want to see Zack Snyder come back. End of story.
Stop joking.
I'm Snyder, but
I'm not joking about anything.
Something else.
I would rather see Snyder come back for Man of Steel 2 than Justice League 2.
I would cry if he came back. I think I would start falling.
Okay, would you rather have...
hate. I don't get it.
I like Zack Snyder. I just don't like him.
I just don't like him
I'd
directing
rather
Superman.
someone else to do a Superman movie.
Yeah, me too.
So you would rather have Zack Snyder than you would rather have Zack Snyder direct Man of Steel 2 than George Miller?
I mean, I'm not going to be mad if they bring in Miller to do it. I'm not going to be mad if they bring in Miller to do it, but yeah, if I had a preference, I'd rather see Zack Snyder do every Superman solo movie than any other movie in the DC universe.
Yeah, I want to give him a movie that really defines him. Superman needs his Dark Knight. He needs a movie that really defines him, and I want to see that lighter. I want to see Henry, because Henry Cavill has so much. We've seen him be beaten down. We've seen him be beaten down in 2 movies. I understand each character has to go through that, but let him, he has so much charisma, and he can actually be that Superman that...
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Talk a suicidal girl off a building. I want to see that Superman.
I don't disagree with that, but I don't think that's outside Zack Snyder's wheelhouse necessarily.
But it is.
I don't think but I'd just rather see someone else do it. And I think someone else will do it. I don't think...
Is someone getting out of a car?
I think so.
No, that was me. I don't have my seatbelt on.
Preston, do you know any other directors other than J.J. Abrams and Zack Snyder?
I was just about to say that. Nope.
Oh my god.
Okay, I don't pay attention.
Why are you on this podcast?
Wait, I don't pay attention to that crap, okay?
What about... Hang on now. What about Duncan Jones?
Oh, that sounds fun.
He was on the short list of Steel.
Yeah.
Sounds fake, but okay.
You said what?
Duncan Jones? Oh, yeah.
Wait, Miller, did you say Duncan Jones was on the short list for Man of Steel?
Yes.
Oh my God, why? Why was he not elected? Oh my God,
it came down between Zack Snyder and Darren Aronofsky, and I guess they thought they had enough in the story department that they chose Zack Snyder? Or they just wanted his, like, visual flair?
You know what? Darren Aronofsky, he was also on the short list for Wolverine.
Well, no, he was going to direct it, and then he had to back out because of creative differences.
Why Darren Aronofsky?
I just want to see what he would do with a superhero movie. That would be really interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if I want to see that. Like, I don't know if I want to see the dude who directed Black Swan make a
every film
Superman
is like a harrowing, emotional character study, so to bring that to a superhero movie would be really...
It probably would have been a lot like Zack Snyder's thing. So if he directed the Man of Steel, it probably would have been a lot like Zack Snyder.
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, either way, Zack Snyder and Darren Aronofsky were both working with a bad script, so...
Yeah.
Suicide Squad. I give Suicide Squad an 8.5 out of 10. I loved it.
I give it a 3 out of 10. It was terrible.
We're giving scores?
Sure.
I don't usually give scores, but I very much enjoyed Suicide Squad. I thought it had very strong characters. It moves the DC universe forward. I still do believe that. And it has great action scenes. But the story is almost not there and kind of just doesn't really affect the movie that much. A movie without a story there's no point. And also the villain is mediocre. While I absolutely loved her look, both of her looks, it was weird. It was weird and creepy. It reminded me of the creature from Lights Out. But her plan is just, when you shoot a blue beam in the sky in 2016 in a superhero movie, you are moving backward, and that you're taking the genre a step backward, and that's not good. But overall, I still had fun with it. It is actually, the more I think about it, it's still my favorite out of the 3 DC EU films. It is my favorite. It is my favorite. It's my favorite out of all of them so far. So yeah, but I mean, it's a movie with problems, but I still enjoyed it.
I'm getting triggered.
Well, it's not hard to do. Well, I think Enchantress was a great villain. I just don't think she was a great villain for this movie.
I can agree.
She was entirely too supernatural. She fit much more. She would have fit much more as a Justice League Dark villain or a Constantine villain or something of that nature. This isn't Doctor Strange. This is Suicide Squad. Also, I felt that, like Darren was saying, the plot is very simple. Now, the plot for Deadpool is also very simple, but Deadpool made up for it in ways that Suicide Squad doesn't. Suicide Squad had a lot of charm, it had a lot of fun, but it wasn't as charming and as fun as it needed to be to make up for the incredibly mediocre plot that it didn't have.
But the movie is literally just like 2 hours of action. I mean,
yeah, but that's not a movie. Don't you expect more? Like, I'm not trying, but it's
from
a
Suicide
movie.
Squad. If you've ever read a Suicide Squad comic,
but no, Dylan, this is a movie about supervillains. You can do. There's so many ways you can go with that. It's a movie that was sold as bad versus evil. There are so many things you can do with that concept, but instead, it's just an action movie. That's just.
Dude,
like,
have you ever read a Suicide Squad comic?
That's not the point. It's a movie. It's not a comic book. It's a movie.
But it's a movie based off of a comic book.
Right, yeah, but based off of a comic book like The Dark Knight gives you so much more.
Dark Knight isn't even really. Dark Knight is so far from comic books that it isn't.
I know it's not based off a direct comic book, but it is still a Batman movie, and it has more.
Suicide Squad was directly based off of a Suicide Squad comic run back in like the 80s or 70s or something.
Well, then they must have done a better job with that.
I know, seriously, that's all great and all that it's based off of something, but it's still like, does it make a good movie? Is it a good story? Is it something that's.
Suicide Squad has always been what Suicide Squad has always been. It's always been simple. It's always been bad guys going and killing worse guys. There's never really been much to it.
Yeah, but
it's always been simple.
even in this movie, they're not. Some of them aren't really bad guys. Like Deadshot. Oh, I don't know.
No, Diablo is really the only one that's not really like a bad guy.
Yeah, but even Deadshot. But Deadshot. Even Deadshot's just like, I don't kill women or children. So like, what?
Yeah, he didn't in comic books or video games either.
The plot with his daughter was also very melodramatic.
Yeah, I need you to be a little bit more.
I mean, look at Harley Quinn. When they were in the bar scene. But by the way, this is going to contain massive spoilers for Suicide Squad, so if you don't want to know, don't listen any further.
Joker dies.
Take the bar scene, for example. Like, when Diablo was like, when he told everyone that he basically killed his children and killed his family, Harley Quinn was like, own that shit. I mean, these are bad guys. I don't know what you're talking about, them not really being bad guys.
I thought all the performances were wonderful. Everybody did a great job. It looked spectacular. It just didn't have it where it counts. And it was an enjoyable movie, it really is. But as a critic and as a fan, I have to look at movies differently. As a fan, I could absolutely sit back and turn my brain off and enjoy the hell out of that movie. But as a critic, I have to give it a 6.
I don't know where you're getting this whole thing. They're not really even villains. They were exactly portrayed as they were in comic books. I mean,
I needed them to just be a little bit more distinct. I don't know.
Diablo is really the only one.
Yeah, I just don't like the whole entire justification. Like, I mean, if you're
Harley Quinn was supporting him killing children. What are you getting?
No, it's just like, no, I just don't like, I'll punch you in the face. I don't care if you're a girl. But, whatever.
That was a great line. No, that was a great line.
That was awesome. I will knock your ass out. I don't care if you're a girl or not. That was awesome.
Good for you guys. But, yeah, it's just like, I just want it bad, absolutely bad. Because I can still root for these guys. I don't,
but the guys on that team are, besides Harley Quinn, they're not just, these aren't just absolute serial killers. Harley Quinn is like, I mean, you should have known that because you know about comic books. I mean, that's you should have a problem with the comic books and not the movie because that's just them going off of comic books.
But that doesn't mean they can't change it, though.
Yeah. And even
why would they change it? Why would they change it? These aren't. Deadshot is not a serial killer. Diablo is not a serial killer.
Well,
Captain Boomerang is not. These are not serial killers.
Rapist, and they didn't really include that.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. But I don't think he was in the New 52. I don't think he was in the New 52.
He didn't need to be in the movie either.
Yeah, he was a little useless in the movie. Captain Boomerang.
John Courtney was really, really. I wanted a little bit more of him. I really wanted. I wanted a little bit more of. Yeah, because it was kind of just like the only characters the movie cared about was Deadshot and Harley Quinn. But it's a movie called Suicide Squad. I wanted a little bit more of Katana. Rick Flag was good too. I wanted a little bit more of Katana. I wanted a little bit more of Captain Boomerang and Croc. So.
They had too many characters. They should have dropped some to develop the others.
Killer Croc.
That's the thing about Killer Croc. I didn't get that when they were going to plant the bomb to blow up Incubus, and then Scott Eastwood's character was like, "Oh no, man, we got it." Why is Killer Croc there then?
Because he needed something to do.
Yeah, but just let. No, I just mean why would they have that scene in the movie? Just have Killer Croc plant the bomb because. That's his territory, and then Scott Eastwood's like, "Oh no, man, we got it." Then why do you have villains on your team if you're just going to do it?
What did everybody think of Jared Leto's Joker?
He was okay.
I mixed on him. Good. I needed more of him.
I thought Leto's Joker was the best part of the movie. In fact, I think they missed an opportunity by not making Joker the main villain.
I will agree with that.
Yeah, I think he was originally until they changed it.
Mostly because, it makes a lot more sense that they would recruit these villains for this mission if it was to go after the Joker, because you could sit there and logically say, okay, Harley Quinn, who has intimate knowledge of the Joker, I mean, it just would all make more sense.
I think the movie could have been a 10 if it would have been a live-action Assault on Arkham.
Or just if the threat was smaller. Like, if it was just, I would rather, as Will said, as Will said, it could have just been the Squad versus the Joker, and that would have been fine.
Yeah.
And that would have given Harley much more of a character arc, because she would actually have to choose between her loyalty to the Joker and not wanting to get her head blown off her body.
Even with, I thought Jared Leto was okay. I thought his performance was maybe hurt by a lot of the scenes getting cut. And because as it is right now, he has no reason to be in the movie. Cut him out of the movie, and it makes the movie no different at all.
True. He is very tertiary to the main plot. However, has anybody else heard that apparently there's enough Joker footage to actually edit a 2-hour rated R Joker solo movie together?
Apparently so.
Apparently they filmed that much with the Joker that they never intended to use.
See, that makes sense.
I don't get that. I really just don't get that. Why would they film that much?
Yeah. And then
I get it if they filmed that much, then they cut it because they had no idea what they were doing with this movie. But if it's like what you said, Will, where they never intended to use it, why waste all that money?
It's possible that they didn't know what direction they really wanted to go with the Joker, so they just shot everything. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But obviously, it's obvious they didn't intend to use it, because that would make the Joker the central character of the film. Unless at the last minute they decided not to make the Joker the central character of the film.
Well, I think for a while he was going to be the main villain, because in the first Comic-Con trailer, they wrapped that trailer around him.
Kind of
and
marketed him as the villain.
Yeah, with every new trailer, it got less and less about him, and then in the last Comic-Con trailer they released, which showed a lot of the movie, it was just Enchantress.
I didn't think Enchantress was the villain, because they actually said that Enchantress was just an obstacle for the Enchantress was just an obstacle to face for the Squad. So
well, she could have been like a second act thing, and then the Joker's still like the main villain.
Yeah, and then they reshot all the shit.
Yeah, and then they worked it around to change.
I feel like those reshoots really hurt the movie.
It would have been a lot better.
I feel like trying to make it feel like a Marvel movie really hurt the movie, because honestly, I really think that's what they did. After the criticisms came in of Batman v Superman, and everybody is comparing,
or the second trailer where it looked where the tone was a lot different.
Everybody was comparing the Batman v Superman to what Marvel's doing, and nobody would listen when you tell them just shut the fuck up. They don't have to be like Marvel, but everybody seems to want only what Marvel's doing. Personally, I think that's a mistake. I think eventually superhero movies, if they are all the same, if they're all Marvel-esque, they're going to get really dry and really boring. And I like that DC is doing their own thing.
And I completely agree with that, but the thing is, Warner Brothers needs to step the fuck away. Because, they're trying to do their own damn thing. Each director is trying, good or bad, they are trying to do their own thing. But when Warner Brothers goes behind a director's back, hey, let's make this really fun trailer. Oh, wait, people are responding to that fun trailer, even though we got David Ayer, the guy who directed fucking Fury and End of Watch. Let's make him make a fun movie. Okay, he doesn't want to do it. He's going to make his own cut. We're going to make our own cut with a fucking trailer house. We're going to combine both of these things together, do reshoots, and then release a fucking movie. They say they're a director-driven studio. You guys aren't. You guys aren't leaving these guys alone to tell your vision, to tell their vision and your vision, because you're making money off of these things. DC movies need to be good. Superhero movies need to be good, because if that falters, the other guys falter. It's the same thing. It's the same genre. You guys have to keep these things going, because you're muddling the genre.
But the thing with Suicide Squad, which was weird, because, okay, I get the response from Batman vs. Superman with people saying it's not fun, but they were changing Suicide Squad, which people never had a problem with. People always said, yeah, it's more dark and serious, but it also looks enjoyable.
Yeah, and Suicide Squad, the Comic-Con trailer had more views than the Comic-Con trailer of Batman v Superman. This movie people were always looking forward to. Yeah. And another thing, it's a movie about supervillains. It's going to be dark. What the fuck do you expect?
Well, Suicide Squad was never a dark comic book.
I know, but still, it's going to be a little bit more on the grim side, a little bit more on the sweet side. So, and it's David Ayer, the guy just made Fury.
Right. The whole point of the Suicide Squad is that they're not hampered by the moral code that Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman are hampered by. Of course, they're going to be able to do things that are questionable. That's why they exist as a team.
Anyways, what I was going to say is what I think happened was right before Batman. I don't think Batman v Superman's critical response had to do with Suicide Squad getting reshot. I think right before Batman v Superman came out, we all got word of early screenings. And so I think what happened was they started doing those early screenings, and it was Ayer's cut. And the movie was really dark. It was really violent. It was really I think the movie was really dark and grim. I think it was more like that first trailer that we got. And I don't think people liked it because I think it had a lot more drama and it wasn't as fun as the Bohemian Rhapsody trailer let on. And I don't think people liked it. So they went back and they reshot all of that, and that's the movie we ended up with.
Well,
which I think is a huge mistake.
Audiences.
Yeah, well, that's true. But I think that's a huge mistake because it's like they hired a director for his vision, because when they announced Suicide Squad, I think they announced in like 2009, but when they really started making headway on it, like that, one of the first things we heard about it was that David Ayer was doing it. So he had a vision, and then they just changed that right in the middle. So it's just like what happened with Josh Trank. Yeah, Josh Trank in Fantastic Four, where it's like, oh, we don't want to make the movie we hired you to make anymore, and then the movie ends up suffering considerably.
Even though I did love Suicide Squad, just like I love the Batman v Superman's theatrical cut, I really, really, really hope we get a director's cut on the Blu-ray.
I don't think we will.
I don't, and I really hope they don't, because this can't be a trend. Like, you can't turn that into a trend. The movie I paid $15 for, or whatever, you make sure that movie's good before you say, oh, well, there's another cut coming in 6 months where you can watch on your TV. Like, make your movies.
I mean, there has to be. They've got at least 30 minutes of footage. At least 30 minutes of footage.
I don't know. What do you think of the movie? What do you think of Suicide Squad?
Of what?
What do you think of Suicide Squad?
Oh, I didn't like it very much. I got it 6.5, and I hated Joker in it.
What? Okay, hold up. What?
Okay, so the reason why is because he didn't feel like the Joker, because he just seemed like a gangster that had green hair and white skin to me. He just seemed like a normal gangster. He didn't seem like the Joker, like a crazy lunatic.
Yes, I understand that.
I can understand that. I can understand that a little bit.
Yeah, I get that too. He was more Flash. He was more Flash than Substance.
Yeah, I can understand that criticism.
I can't. I was scared every single time he came on screen.
Oh, no, I was too, but I can understand where someone like Preston...
Yeah, but I don't think just because you're scared, that doesn't necessarily make him the Joker. Like, I liked him better than Preston did, but, like, I get what he's saying, too.
Just how Jared Leto played the character throughout the whole movie, how he played the character, and then towards the end where you saw Harley Quinn and envisioning what her perfect life would be or whatever at the very end of the movie, and you see Jared Leto not just as Jared Leto, not as the Joker. You know what part I'm talking about?
Yeah, the flashback. Yeah,
I was like shocked. Like I saw him throughout the whole movie as the Joker, and then I saw that scene, and I was like, "Hey, that's Jared Leto," just because how immersed in the character he is throughout the whole movie. I don't even think that it's Jared Leto, but I just see the Joker.
That must have been an interesting day on set when it actually looks like Jared Leto, not the Joker.
I know, considering that. What is just really disappointing, though, I really feel bad for Jared Leto because of how deep he went into that character and how much got cut out of that movie.
Yeah, and it almost makes him look like an idiot.
Yeah,
like, it almost honestly makes him look like an idiot. Like, it's just like he did all these things, sending rats to people. You know, he was the Joker for. Can you imagine being the Joker for 6 months? And you're only in 15 minutes of the movie.
And most of those people he
crazy.
did stuff to doesn't even share screen time with.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite part of him as the Joker was actually when he hijacked the helicopter and then it had him shooting the gun and laughing.
Yes, that was actually. I like that from the trailer because he looks disgusting. In a great way though.
Yeah.
Like he's just like with his mouth open, he was like, like it was just like it was great.
There, I think because I kind of have a problem. Like I think it looks good, like if he's not talking or anything. But there, I think the grill actually worked.
Yeah. I love every single scene with the Joker in it, except for the Ace Chemical scene. I hated that scene so much.
That scene felt like a music video more than anything.
It did, and that's what I hated. It felt like a scene out of 50 Shades of Grey, and I hated it. I hated it so much.
That's a good comparison.
Because he was like, desire becomes surrender becomes desire becomes power, or some shit like that. And I was like, what? What? That I just hated that scene so much, and I hated that he went in after her because the Joker would not go in after her, and I hated that too.
I wanted to talk to you guys about that, though, like because that I like that, but then I found out that. Because the Joker, growing up, he was always he never liked Harley. Like, he was always abusive to Harley. Like, Batman the Animated Series, he pushed her out of a fucking window that time. So it's just like... But in this movie, he loved her. He actually loved her, but they toned down...
They just made it look like he loved her because they didn't want SJWs to freak out.
Yeah, that's what I found out. But I was just like, that's just...
But character. I still think...
Because there's a cut scene where he slaps her and where he, like, points a gun at her or some shit. So, I mean...
But I still think they made it more balanced than... I mean, I know the scenes got cut, but I still think if they, with the scenes added in, they still made it more balanced than it usually is. Not that I have a problem with it, but...
Yeah. I mean, it was just something new for me, because I was just like, oh, wait, this Joker actually cares about Harley Quinn. So,
I just thought like that was one of the only things they gave. That was like the only thing they gave Jared Leto to do.
Yeah,
was chase after Harley.
Yeah, I wanted to learn more about Harleen Quinzel. That this universe is Harleen Quinzel before we got to Harley.
Yeah, all that stuff where they were developing her with Joker was very rushed.
Because they cut that scene out because they didn't want feminists to lose their shit, and I hate that so much.
Fucking feminists!
But we're missing two things. Let's talk about the two big things, though. The two cameos.
Yeah, Flash's cameo was awesome.
It was
Flash's
forced as hell.
It
felt so out of place, I think. It was just
I
like,
don't know. I thought that was great, dude. I thought that was great. Because Boomerang, the fact that Boomerang is caught by the Flash, he's in his rogues gallery. That was awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just like, oh, wait, let's throw a cameo in here, like, because they did that during reshoots, and it just felt very as a scene by itself, I liked it, and I thought Ezra Miller did great. It felt kind of weird in the movie.
I don't know, man. I loved it. I actually love. It brought me back a little bit more on the costume too, because I'm still iffy on the costume.
He did look better.
Seeing him like in the lightning, like. He connects to the wall a little bit, and then the lightning's still on his body as he's talking. That was cool.
Honor among thieves, eh?
Yeah, and then Batman. Yeah, and then we live in a world now where Will Smith has fought Batman. Will Smith and Batman have traded hands, and that was really cool.
See, I thought that was interesting because it seemed like they were keeping with Batman's development about because it seems like the Batman vs Superman. Batman would have just murdered Deadshot and his daughter, but he actually just arrested him.
Yeah, he would have drove the Batmobile through the alley and just been like, done.
He really would have, though.
Yeah,
that's another thing that I hated about. Well, this is more something I hated about Batman and Superman, and something I hate about Suicide Squad because it works better in Suicide Squad. But even though I was okay with Batman killing in Batman v Superman, it didn't make sense. It did not make sense why he went in, why he dove in to save Harley. It didn't make any sense.
That shot of Batman, the grappling hook, and then he glides, and then, oh man, I mean, David Ayer he directed Batman very well. Like that was
David Ayer could probably be a pretty good Batman movie.
Yeah, and I want to see Deadshot. I want to see Deadshot and Batman's relationship continue a little bit more. Because that's an interesting.
I don't know if this is something I don't like about Suicide Squad or something I don't like about Batman v Superman, because it just really did not make any sense as to why he jumped in and saved her, according to how Batman v Superman went. I love the first half of the movie. Well, the first act of the movie. I love I love the way they set up the villains. I love the music. I thought
that was all pretty terrible.
Yeah, that was awkward too.
What?
The setup, because as soon as I was with you, because I was just
loved the setup.
Well, they introduced Harley Quinn and Deadshot 2 to 3 times.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I was just like, ooh, Deadshot, ooh, Harley Quinn. Okay, now for Killer, no. Okay, now for no. Okay, no. Oh, we're cutting away.
They should have had it Amanda Waller first, and then she just, and try to make it less expositionary, but then just have all those scenes in when she's introducing those characters.
Yeah, and I wanted to see how they lived, how the other characters lived in the prison. We got a big introduction to all
that was really
characters. I did like how Killer Croc pulled that guy in, and he was just like, "Is that the new guy?" Yeah. Overall, I still enjoyed Suicide Squad. I mean, it gave me hope. It gave me hope back to the DC universe, which I desperately needed. So, I mean, I'm liking it. Moving forward, it's just Warner Brothers. You're becoming Fox. Step away from your directors.
Overall, I was expecting Suicide Squad to be the best DC Extended Universe movie so far. It ended up being the worst. I mean, it did have some good things, but it was just let down by horrible editing, terrible writing. The acting was mostly good, which saved it and helped make parts of the film enjoyable. But overall, it's a pretty awful film.
Yeah, I was very much looking forward to Suicide Squad as well. I still found some enjoyment to it. I still love the strong characters. It moves the DC universe forward. Great action. The story's not really there. The villain's not really there. But overall, I still had fun with it. As a film, it's not that good. But as an experience, I had fun with it, and it gave me hope to the DC universe moving forward. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely worth owning and watching, again. It's definitely worth having on your shelf next to your other DC movies. But that probably doesn't hold a lot of water coming from me because I own Steel and I watch it, so.
Well, I loved the movie. I'd say it's like an 8.5 out of 10. I only have a few problems with the movie, and that just kind of goes into how the first act of the movie kind of feels really different than the second and third act. Well, there's really not even a second or third act. It's more just like a first and a second act. It just kind of goes together, the second and third act. But, yeah, I like the movie more than you guys did. But I guess maybe part of that has to do with I'm such a huge fan of the comic books. But I don't know. I think it's a really enjoyable movie, and I'll probably end up seeing it 5 times in the theater.
It wasn't good, wasn't bad. It was just there. That's it, I'm done.
So, guys, did you enjoy Suicide Squad? Let us know in the comments.